Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell, Dave Brown, right along ringside. We're ready to go. Another big week. Championship wrestling, and son of a gun, we got it today. I'll tell you, Southern Tag Team Championship match, Davey.
Yes, indeed. That thing's going to be coming up here with Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane, the new champions, defending against Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. Southern Tag titles on the line. Also today, we have a tag team match in which Bill Dundee and Roy Rogers will be teamed against the Japanese, Mr. Onita and Masa Fuchi. There's also a standby match, and I sure hope we have time for this one. Dream Machine will be teamed with Golden Boy Chic Donovan to go against the Gibson brothers. That's the standby match.
It's a good one. That one to take, can you? And I'll tell you. And, you know, last week we had a Southern Tag Championship match due to nobody's fault. The circumstance, it was kind of an abbreviated thing. We'll have a little bit more about that a little later on in there. So the promoters certainly wanted the opportunity for the folks to see the defense of Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane, who ended up with the Southern Tag titles. We'll have that, lots more, coming up right after we take time out for this.
Country music, you're in luck. The Country Music Foundation has put it all together. Williams, Mandrell, past and present, the official archive collection. In Sunday's paper, look for cash on the cover, a 4-page section that describes this extraordinary collection. When you fill in the subscription coupon, check this box. And in appreciation, we'll send you free for a year the Journal of Country Music. This Sunday's newspaper, check it.
Jet gives you something other rental companies don't even have. A guarantee. It's Jet's new 4-point guarantee. Jet guarantees you get clean, brand-name products in top working condition, or you get 1 month rent-free. You get quality, or you get it free. Jet takes care of the customer and stands behind their products. So this time, put a little fun in your life with TVs, stereos, and appliances. Call Jet for quality with a guarantee. Get down to Jet. Your best bet.
We were working the Katy mine that day when we saw him standing in the entranceway. He was a tobacco-chewing workhorse, a man, yes he was. And it too was a longer-lasting workhorse brand.
The longer-lasting flavor of workhorse keeps on coming through, so a man can keep on doing what he's got to do.
He was a tobacco-chewing workhorse of a man, yes he was. And it too was a longer-lasting workhorse brand.
Ann Wade has a special feeling for how news affects people.
TV3's David Whitman talks about Ann Wade.
Any reporter can gather facts and figures. Ann reports their impact on people. If it's unemployment, Ann talks to families. If it's medical costs, Ann's concerned with patient care, and that's the way it should be. When it's a crime story, Ann talks to the victims. What I'm trying to say is, Ann cares, and I like that.
David Whitman and Ann Wade on Newswatch 3 at 6 and 11. News as it should be.
Had the opportunity last week to see a situation that was an unfortunate one. The end result was that due to commitments and everything else, and I will give this to the Gibsons, Rick Gibson was here by himself, and he lived up to the commitments that were made on it. Ultimately, he ended up having to defend his title by himself against Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane, and they ended up winning that. But I want to go back and recap, Davey, if we can, and let's take a look at what happened on this situation. We're going to be ready to go in just a moment or two with the Southern Tag title defense. Rick and Robert Gibson. Rick, just want to say this, that you've had the titles now a relatively short period of time, but son of a gun, you guys around the country have put them up and you've defended them. You still got them around your waist, and today it goes against the First Family.
That's right, Lance. I'd like to say Robert's not here today, and he's not here. We got a call last night in Holly Springs. My mother's sick. People next door called, so we got together and we thought, one of us needed to go down. So Robert went ahead and left. My mother's a deaf mute, and she lives by herself. So Robert went ahead and went, and I'm still waiting for a call from him. I'd like to say, though, we've had these belts, like you said, a short time. It took us a long time to get them.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and defend the belts today myself. I'll wrestle both of them. I'll put the belts on the line. They will be on the line. But I got to go out there for one thing, and that's for them to beat me. They're going to have to beat me. I don't have to beat them. So if I can just survive the match, I'll hold the titles, Lance.
I hate to see a situation like that where it is 2 against 1, but of course we've advertised it as a Southern Tag match, and I think all of us hope that no bad news coming out of Robert's visit down to your mother in there.
I hope it isn't.
Wow, good luck to you today.
Thank you, Lance.
All right. So, kind of a situation, Davey. He's going to go ahead and defend a situation where Rick has made the election that rather than doing any forfeiting in there, that we're going to have Rick Gibson, who is going to be trying to stall out the time, I guess is the only blunt way to put the thing, because they do have to beat him on the time limit.
We are just about ready to go here with a Southern Tag Team title match, and it is going to end up being a handicap match here, as we've already heard from Rick Gibson. His brother Robert is not here, so Rick has said he will defend the belt himself against the Nightmare and Speed.
Look at him, the all-American hero, red, white, and blue. What a trooper he is. What a true spirit. Did he say that his mother was deaf and mute, right?
He did.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do for him, because you'll never be able to talk to him again, you punk, because I'll tell you what, boys, hey, I want you to break his fingers where he can't talk to his mother. You understand me? Rip that tongue out. We're going to fix it where he can't talk to that old bag anymore.
Jimmy,
look at him, man.
Get up.
What do you want, Lance?
Go get in the corner.
Make me go.
All right, I'll get the referee out of here. He'll make you go.
Bring him down. I'm not just
Get him over there, will you?
I can sit where I want to sit, man.
No, you can't. You better eat it.
You stay right there.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. This is a championship
This is a championship match. Southern Tag titles on the line.
That shows how you stupid the people in the town really are. You see, that's
Come on, Jimmy. All right, challenging for the belt, the total weight of 418 pounds, with Jimmy Hart, their manager, the Nightmare, and Speed. And defending the Southern Tag Championship belts by himself at 229 pounds, Rick Gibson. This match will be one fall, 60-minute time limit. One fall, a 60-minute time limit. If the match is still continuing when we have to leave the air, we'll continue taping and show you the result of it next week. But 1 hour, the overall time limit on this one fall championship match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Distinctly a possibility, too, Dave, because Rick Gibson made no bones about it due to the unfortunate situation that required Robert to be back home.
the hair just right there, Dave. Yeah, you just saw that. Did you tell the people?
It didn't look like hair to me.
You wake up, man. I'm going to give you some no-dos. Wake up and do something.
Will you please go sit down, Jimmy, and leave us alone over here? Rick has already made the comment that all he has to do is last out the time. He does not have to beat the Nightmare in
Exactly
Speed.
what he's going to try to do, man.
Yeah, he
He
didn't make any bones
He's
about
not a real
Certainly, he's forced into a match where he can't have his brother here. His brother has to be out of town, and you know the reason why.
Tom, look at him right there, baby.
Well, he looked pretty much like it right at that.
Come on, come on. You can get him.
The Nightmare in with Rick Gibson right now. Rick, a really fine athlete, takes him. He didn't pull a mask. He grabbed him and took him over with the arm.
Come on.
Speed out of the ring. The Nightmare. Oh, Ricky missed the drop kick. Bad news. He had fired him in, but the Nightmare did have presence of mind enough in order to grab the rope, and Rick missed it. Speed hanging him as the referee trying to get Hart in his chair, which will be the first time in this match. And something up in the headgear.
Yes, yeah.
Nightmare laid the head to him, knocked him down.
Come on, baby, that's it. Come on.
Rick Gibson climbing back up into the ring. And the Nightmare coming after him.
Come on, you got him, baby. Come on.
It's bad enough that it's 2-on-1, but they had to pull something like that. Rick,
Break his fingers. I want a finger. Come on. Yes.
where he was butted with something in the mask of the Nightmare. He's bleeding profusely.
Look at him. Look at him. Boy, he is tough.
Speed takes over.
American hero. Look at him.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Stay on him, baby. Stay on him.
Gibson whipped into the ropes. Backdrop, and he's down in the center of the ring. Rick Gibson in real trouble. All brought about by the nightmare in that headbutt. Rick Gibson trying to fight his way back. Uh-oh. He nailed the referee. Referee Jerry Calhoun knocked down. Get away from this, Jimmy. Get out of here. The referee called for it, and I'll tell you one thing, Dave. Gibson, I can only say that he did what he had to do. And there goes Rick, thrown right over the top rope. He's down on the floor, hit it hard. It's going to be a disqualification. Oh, referee Jerry Calhoun nailed Jimmy Hart. Hart came in there trying to abuse the referee. He did what he had to do. Their pile driver, nightmare at speed, put referee Calhoun down. Jimmy Hart, of course, taking advantage after somebody else hurt the referee, as he always does. I'll tell you what. Even though it's after the match, if I had anything to do with it, he'd get a fine and a suspension. Here comes promoter Eddie Marlin. Robert Gibson covered with blood. Rick Gibson. I mean, here comes Dundee. Here comes Steve Turner, Roy Rogers, and there goes the nightmare at speed out of here along with Hart. And real cheap shot on referee Jerry Calhoun.
No doubt about it.
Officially, Dave, let's recap now on what happened officially.
All right, officially, when Rick hit the referee, he was disqualified by referee Jerry Calhoun. So Rick is going to lose the match by disqualification, but the Gibsons are going to retain the Southern tag belts because the belts cannot change hands on the disqualification.
Yeah,
so the Gibsons keep them.
Typical Jimmy Hart type of move, and they're really something, and ended up jumping the referee after somebody else had already hurt him. That's the way exactly happened in there. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back with action with the superstar, Roy Rogers, against Onita and Fuchi in just a moment. All right, 7 big matches coming to the Louisville Garden. Okay, we're going to be back in the ring here in just a moment on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling, but Tuesday night down at Louisville Gardens got some kind of action. We'll give you the whole card a little bit later on. Do want to talk right now to Jimmy Hart and the First family, because Rick and Robert Gibson will be involved with the Nightmare in Speed, and they've got a little personal thing to settle with them about some of the comments that you've made and also some of the things they did to Rick, plus the fact Jimmy Hart's going to be in a single match along with Bill Dundee. Yeah, that's right. You see it right there.
Don't worry about that, Jimmy.
Sweet Brown Sugar and Jerry Lawler, plus many more.
Well, let me just say something right now. You know, the Gibsons, they say their mother is a deaf mute and everything. Well, Mommy, we want to send a little message to you. You ready, guys? We love you, Mommy. We want you. We're going to break their fingers. That's right, darling. It's over. Let me tell you right now, everywhere we go, the people are saying the professional family of wrestling, the First family of wrestling, the most beautiful men in the world. I have pretty boy Stan Lane, Chic the Hunk Donovan. I have 3 men so gorgeous they got to wear a mask, and let alone Sweet Brown Sugar. Dundee, I'm going to get you, brother. You are going to be the laughing stock of Louisville, brother, and I promise you that.
You've been talking about being ready. You better be ready. And you're another one around. You keep making these comments
I want you to know, and all the people know, to get it really perfectly clear. I am Sweet Brown Sugar, and I want you to know that, okay?
I know.
Jerry Lawler, you have tried to hurt me, boy, but you can't beat me, Lawler. You can't do anything to me. This is my time, Lawler. Like I told you, Coco, where has been flushed down commode, just like Jerry Lawler is going to be after I get through with him Tuesday night.
All right, Tuesday night, Stan Lane and Rick Morton.
Short and sweet right here, Lance Russell. You know, the people of Louisville appreciate greatness. They know class and they see it, and that's why they love the First family. That's why they stand up and cheer us as we walk out to the ring. We're all going to be there looking good. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to walk all over young punk Rick Morton.
Tuesday night, that's at the Garden.
Tag team match coming up here as the Superstar will be coming in. Here comes Roy Rogers and the Superstar as they're climbing up on the ring apron into the ring. As soon as their opponents make their appearance, we will give you the official introductions and be underway with some great tag action. Here they come, bearing the Japanese flag, and one of them has a fighting stick with him. So, with official introductions for the match, a total weight of 450 pounds. On the left of the screen, from Japan, Mr. Onita and Masa Fuchi, their manager Tojo Yamamoto. Going against them at a total weight of 431 pounds. From Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. And from Australia, the Superstar, Bill Dundee. This match one fall 15-minute time limit. Referee is Paul Morton.
Well, golly, I'll tell you what, this some kind of a pairing too. Onita and Fuchi against Dundee and Roy Rogers. Billy pulling off the jumpsuit. Roy steps out. Fuchi starting, and here we go with the opening moments.
Fuchi. Superstar Bill Dundee. Fuchi, boy, got put down on the mat. He claims he had a side pull. Referee Paul Morton said, I'm wrong with it. And just prove it, Dundee does it again, and immediately Fuchi complains about it, heads for the corner, and here is Mr. Onita. Onita from Nagasaki. Dundee gets the tag on Roy Rogers. Roy, side headlock. Onita took him up in the air. Roy hangs on to the hold. Still got him. Rogers kicks back Masa Fuchi, who was headed that way. And he maintains the hold on Onita. Dundee pushed Onita back as he stepped in there, and Onita got upset about it. Dundee took him down with the arm. Onita flipped Bill into the rope. Back on their feet now. They tapped him with an open left hand. Onita steamed. Deadlock. Hair pulling by Onita. Bill back into the corner of the Japanese. Onita with a chop. Masa Fuchi. Onita awful slow about leaving after the tag had been made. Fuchi into the ropes. Dundee set. Rolls it down to the corner. Tags Roy Rogers. Roy. Let him fly. Picks Fuchi up. Drops with the upper arm, a cover. Onita's there. He breaks it up in the count of one. Referee started to count. 3 minutes gone. 3 minutes into the action. Rogers. Oh, takes a double chop from Fuchi back on the rope. Whipped across the way. About 3.5 gone. Oh, look at that foot. Onita gets those feet higher than just about anybody. Both the Japanese use the feet a lot. Roy Rogers back on the rope. Tag made on Masa Fuchi. Fuchi foot to the midsection of Roy Rogers. Across the chest.
I hurt.
Yeah. Onita off the ropes with a chop. Bill Dundee leading the cheers for Roy Rogers.
You better believe it. He's over there 100%, even though he's not in the ring.
The Japanese have Roy back in the corner. Dundee there to try to even it up a bit. 2-on-2 instead of 2-on-1. Billy trying to get the crowd to help Roy out a little bit. Onita with a foot high. Battling back. He's near the corner, but he goes for the cover. One. Count of one is all he gets. Onita breaks it at that point. Back near the tag. He got it. Dundee at the 5-minute mark into the ring. Upper arm cover by Bill. 2, 3. He got it. Bill Dundee got the shoulders down and the count of 3, and it is all over in 5 minutes, 12 seconds of action. The Japanese team defeated. Tojo Yamamoto jumps in there. Oh, he is not happy. Oh,
coming out of
lecture time. Look at that. Whoa, he's chewing out Onita. Hops him.
Yamamoto busting his boys around. Treating them severe in there as they ended up getting pinned. And Onita and Fuchi go down to the team of Dundee and Roy Rogers.
They say
Tojo burning.
They say Bear Bryant's a tough coach. I'd sure rather play for Bear than work for Tojo, I think.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Man, oh man, what a battle that one was. We still got a Southern Tag Team Championship match coming up. We'll be getting to it here in just a moment, right after we take time out for this.
Energy. The answers to rising costs and dwindling supplies are within your reach. Presenting Energy Today, a national exposition of exciting new energy and money-saving products for your home and business. From solar heating and power-generating windmills to hydrogen cars and geodesic domes, from fossil fuels to space-age technology, the future is here today. See it at Energy Today, October 9 through 11 only at the fairgrounds. An experience you can't afford to miss.
Take another look at Jerry's. There's so much new for you. A good food from Jerry's Kitchen, served up just for you.
From tender beef, new country fried steak, crispy and golden, smothered in creamy rich gravy and served with a fresh green salad. A whole new reason to come to Jerry's. New country fried steak.
Take another look at Jerry's.
Good food and good service are always guaranteed.
When a store has a Midnight Madness sale, it usually means they've marked down a few items and they stay open a few extra hours. Not so at Schmidt Furniture. At Schmidt's Midnight Madness sale, hundreds of items are reduced. And they're reduced from 9 a.m. till midnight for 3 big days. And during this week's Midnight Madness sale, you can get discounts of 25% on all pictures, plaques, and tabletop accessories. Schmidt Furniture at the corner of State and Main in New Albany, where this Thursday through Saturday, Midnight Madness takes on new meaning.
My beer just hasn't been making it lately.
Oh, yeah?
What does your bartender recommend?
Well, my bartender is E.P. Sutton, and he recommends Fall City.
Fall City's a light-bodied beer that's brewed for full flavor. Compare the taste, compare the price. You'll pick a city.
When E.P. Sutton recommends.
People listen.
We'll see Jerry the King Lawler in action here coming up in just a few moments, as a matter of fact, and his return to our championship wrestling. Joy Boy himself.
Listen to the people, they love the first family all the way.
Looks like Bozo the Clown with that tie on.
You know, this tie's like the Gibson sisters, man. You know, they make me sick. You know, I am so sick. I'm sitting back here in the back, and I said, you better come out here and liven this thing up, man, because they're putting me to sleep back there. I had to take no-dose. They sit out there crying each week going, well, my mommy was sick, and we had to call her on the phone to tell her that her little boy... You know what? That is a joke. If their mother's a deaf mute, how can they talk to her in the first place? Well, Mommy, come here, boys. Let's send this Mommy a message. Mommy, we love you.
Jimmy.
We love you, Mommy. Oh, that's a joke, man. That's a complete joke. Let me tell you something, Gibson. You're telling us one thing, and you know what it is? You're telling us that your mother means more to you than those belts. Does your mother mean more to you than those belts, man? What about you, baby? How about your man? That's right, the belts are number one, you idiot. But let me tell you something. The Gibsons, who cares? We're going to beat your brains out every time we see you, punk. But you know what I want to talk about? I want to thank you, Russell. You know what I want to thank you about? I want to thank you for showing that replay of me tearing Jerry Calhoun's head off. What's poor old Lawler are going to do now that he's back without his special little referee, Jerry Calhoun, man? Boy, I gave him the left, the right, the left, the right. It's over, man. The first family of professional wrestling is the greatest thing to ever happen. I'm just glad that he finally came out of the closet, man, because everybody knows that Calhoun and a lot of little... Oh, that's a little...
I noticed you were waiting around or something.
Come on, give us a break.
I want you to fix me a match again with this punk and this midget Bill Dundee. My boys humiliate me by losing the match with this punk and Bill Dundee.
We can't have another match now. Don't come out.
Please, you take me. You can fix the match up for me.
I understand. You got $300 for the match, but we can't have the match.
$300. Tojo, is that all the money you got, man? That's a joke. $300. You can't even get the Tupelo, Mississippi on $300 anymore.
No, shut your mouth. You understand?
Oh, look at that. Come on, man. Tell me what you want to talk about. You humiliate these guys. Look at these. These are great Japanese wrestlers, man. Y'all guys need to be with the first family. I told you that when you first got here. Man, you're overweight, out of shape, and out of date, man. You're a fool for coming out here.
I'm the number one manager. You understand?
Why am I number 4 then if you're number 1? I'm number 4 in the world.
Number 4, I'm number 1.
Oh, you ain't nothing, man. You're fat. Yeah, you think.
Come on, Tojo. All right, let's get out. Just get that stuff out of here.
Oh, hit my collarbone. I'll kill you, old man.
All right.
You're going to have a heart attack. You'll have a heart attack and die.
Okay. Both of you.
Look, you're going to put me on.
I know. Just take it on out of here, Tojo. Take it on out of here. Now, listen. Hey, come on, you guys. Now, just get on out of here. And, Tojo, you can get your...
You fix me up with the match.
Hey, listen, go back and talk to Eddie Marlin. He's the one you talk to about a match. Don't stand out here talking to me and come out here and busting people in the middle of the show. You want to get a match, you go... Well, let's go back to Dave.
Well, the King will be here in just a moment. Assassin number 1. The opponent today, it's a single match. Remember, we've got Southern Tag title match still to come on Championship Wrestling today, so don't go away for that, as the champions are going to be here defending the belts right here today. Here comes Assassin number 1. Here he is, climbing up on the ring apron right now, the King, Jerry Lawler. We're going to be looking at a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from parts unknown at 226 pounds, the Assassin number 1. And going against him from Memphis, Tennessee, 232 pounds, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee is Paul Morton. The referee says ring the bell. And with that done, we are underway. The King backed into the corner by the Assassin. Lawler taking his opponent a bit lightly, perhaps, right there. Boy, he fires him into the rope. Upper arm by Lawler. Assassin hits the mat. King with a body slam. The Assassin, he asks about the right hand. Down says, yeah, he pounds it. Lawler with the right hand. Over to the rope. Middle rope. And the Assassin. Has the shoulder spin. 2, 3. And a rather easy day's work for the king, Jerry Lawler. It was all Lawler all the way. The assassin never had a chance. Boy, Lawler came in and fired him into the ropes, and from that point on, it was King Jerry Lawler. He wins it in 56 seconds. 56 seconds the time, and Lawler had himself a convincing win.
To say the very least, I didn't even get back there. I was back talking to Eddie Marlin, and the next thing I know, the match is over with.
Yeah, 50,
By the way, I asked Eddie about the situation on Tojo's big challenge thing with the $300. And he said, sure, I'll be glad if Tojo's putting up the money. I'll be glad to book it next week, so we'll look forward to that. Okay, we're going to take time out. We'll be back in just one moment. Got the entire card for you Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens, but first I want to remind you folks over in Indiana some towns that are coming up. Saturday, October the 24th, Petersburg, Indiana. Old Petersburg High School, sponsored by Boy Scout Troop number 241. Thursday, the 29th, Princeton, Indiana. Princeton Middle School, sponsored by the JCs. October the 30th, Friday night, Dale, Indiana. Dale Community Center, sponsored by the Little League over there. All right, now Tuesday night, 7 big matches in Louisville. Roy Rogers and the Dream Machine. Then it'll be Tojo Yamamoto and Eddie Gilbert. Stan Lane faces Rick Morton. That'll be a dandy. Bill Dundee gets Jimmy Hart in a single match. Jerry Lawler against Sweet Brown Sugar. A Mid-America title match. No time, no disqualification. You'll love this one. Steve Kern, Dutch Mantell. Be a dandy. And then finally, Rick and Robert Gibson got something to settle, as you well know, with Nightmare and the Speed. And, of course, Jimmy Hart will be right there at ringside. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Don't miss it.
What's up, Dad? Pay attention, kids. See if this guy knows how to cut wood.
He's going to have to work to start that saw.
Yeah. No, he won't. That's a McCulloch 320 with electronic ignition.
Boy, it sure starts easy.
It's also got auto sharp. Sharpens itself with the press of a button.
I wish I had that.
There's more. It's got a chain brake handguard for safety.
That's a lot of saw. Look at him cut. Hey, Dad, what do you think of the McCulloch 320?
I think we're in trouble.
McCulloch Power Mac 320. Sawing is believing.
This is Ben Jones, and he's been eating the same candy bars as long as he can remember. Ben, could we get you to try Twix candy bar?
Twix? Why should I? I've been eating the same candy bars as long as I can remember.
But do they have a mix?
What?
A mix, Ben. Rich milk chocolate.
Oh, I love chocolate.
Creamy caramel.
Love caramel.
And a delightful cookie crunch.
Crunch?
Yep, that's the mix.
Twix is delicious.
Twix cookie bars, the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch.
Delicious.
Yeah, I guess
we're right about here, I think.
Southern Tag Team Championship match that we've got coming up in here, Dave, and a special agreement on this particular match, a one called 30 minutes. Hart, you've been out here running all day long.
Let me tell you something right now. That's the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me in my life, seeing some little puke like that come out and try to take my job away from me. Let me tell you something, Jerry Calhoun, Mr. Hairspray Head. If you've got any guts in your body, if you are a man, you get up in that ring with me right now. You punks, get out of the ring. Get out of the ring, cowboy duo. Get out of the ring. Come out here, you little sissy. Oh, I'm giving you nothing. I'd like to give you something. I promise you, Lawler, you open your big fat mouth. Let me tell you something, buddy. Calhoun, I'm going to promise you right now, you'll think that cane, baby, is an all-day sucker because I'm going to cram it down your throat. You understand that? Get out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get your boy. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you, you're going to end up getting yours.
Get him out.
Jimmy Hart, instead of bringing the Southern Tag champ, Stan Lane and Sweet Brown Sugar out here, is hollering for, will you get out of here and just go on? Hart all stripped down, ready to go into action against Jerry Calhoun, except, now that's not his style. That might be one-on-one instead of having somebody in there to hurt an opponent so he can get an opportunity to jump him after he's already been hurt. And that's exactly the kind of thing.
holding him back.
Yeah, he's got his shirt off, too. Jerry Lawler giving him a little last-minute instructions, but as Colquhoun, typical, when he jumps in the ring, Hart hits him before he ever gets in. Stan Lane, Brown Sugar. As Lawler's trying to get in there, and look at now, there's the Hart that we know. Brown Sugar holding him, Hart pounding on him, while Stan Lane keeps Lawler out of the ring. Now it's 2-on-1 again, Colquhoun. And there goes Lawler. He nails Coco. Look at Colquhoun tackle Hart. He sure did, pulled him out of the ring. There goes Hart running. Referee signified go ahead and ring the bell, Dave, so I guess the Southern Tag bout is underway.
Championship match underway. Jimmy Hart is not here at ringside. Well, all four of them in the ring. Referee trying to get 1 against 1. That's the way it is now. It's Stan Lane against Rick Morton. Southern Tag titles on the line. The holders of those belts, Stan Lane and Coco Ware, defending against Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. And Lane rolls out of the ring. He did not make the tag on Coco.
Lane down on the floor, and now coming back up in there, Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. The opposition, Lane pulling off his shirt. As you jumped in, you're the one that was asking for it.
This match was scheduled. They jumped in the ring, so referee saw all the participants that were supposed to be there in the ring and said, hey, let's get it going. Oh, here comes Hart back.
Save that little pop in, baby. Yeah. I promise you, baby, he'll never be here next week, and I'll wipe him out.
Jimmy Hart trying his way all the way to the ring. A tag from Eddie Gilbert to Rick Morton. As Rick comes in on Brown Sugar with the elbow, whips him in, backdrop.
Tag made. Here's Eddie Gilbert.
Another tag to Morton. Boy, they work well together,
They sure
Dave.
do. They have been most impressive since they've been back in this area.
Stan Lane, the newest member of the First Family of Professional Wrestling. Stan is from Delray, Florida. A former national champion. With all... Got to cover up my irritation of the fact that he's in there with the First Family because he is an outstanding wrestler. Fine senior heavyweight. And Eddie Gilbert takes Brown Sugar over, who makes it across the ring. Tags Stan Lane, and here comes Stanley in with Eddie Gilbert.
Nice reversal by Eddie Gilbert on Sweet Brown Sugar.
What we're talking about, Lane on a beautiful move, went behind Gilbert, took him up and down. Tag. Rick Morton in. Oh. Morton and Gilbert. Little teamwork. First face lock. Referee Paul Morton watching to be sure it's not a chokehold. Brown Sugar and Stan Lane are the holders of the Southern Tag Team titles. Morton and Gilbert, former holders themselves.
See, the greatest thing in professional wrestling, Jimmy Hart, baby, the real handsome Jimmy, man. Lawler, I'm telling you, brother, you have signed little Calhoun's death warrant, brother. I'm telling you that now.
Better sit down and worry about these titles.
Yes, sir. Eddie Gilbert with Stan Lane down on the mat, shoulders down, the count starts at 1. Lane able to bridge up. Now, there's a good move. You got to give him that one. He's able to bridge with the feet in the neck. Get the shoulders up off the mat and stop the count. Here's Rick Morton.
Yeah, all right. It was a good move, Jimmy. Okay. Pretty good move by Rick Morton, too.
Yes, it was.
Nice reversal.
Got that arm hammered up behind him. Makes the tag on Eddie. We are 4.5 minutes into the action now. Southern Tag titles on the line.
Well, I have no respect for the way they ended up getting the titles by defeating one man.
That's Rick Morton. What's his old man, Quick Count Morton, doing refereeing? Tell me. You see what I'm saying? We're getting rid of Colquhoun, and now we have to contend with this fool up here, man.
I wish we could get rid of you. Just why don't you go sit down, Jimmy, and watch the match. Tag from Gilbert to Rick Morton. Stan Lane into the rope. Big double drop kick.
Drop kick with 2 men in the ring, right?
Yeah, I also noticed Brown Sugar jumped in there without benefit of tag. Stan Lane whips Rick in. Clotheslines him, takes him down.
Stan a bit stunned, too. He could not go for the pin, but he still has the advantage. Whoa.
Snacked on a quick suplex down. Got a count of 1.5 out of him. Rick battles his way back up. Brown Sugar off the turnbuckle, dropping down with the elbow right in the small of the back of Rick Morton. And Morton fighting his way back. All right.
6 minutes gone now. 6 minutes. By the way, I don't think we announced the time limit on this match. By special agreement, it is a 30-minute time limit match.
Stan Lane with Rick in there. And nice single leg swipe as Morton took him down. Brown Sugar jumps in. And again, going for an abdominal stretch this time, Stan Lane. I didn't either. He didn't say he gave or anything. Good move by Morton. As Brown Sugar took over and Rick buried him right over that hip. Took him over. Bang! Into the corner, though, goes Rick Morton.
Top of Rick's head, bounced right into that top turnbuckle there.
Atomic knee. Tag on Stan Lane. Rick in trouble. As Stan wheels him across the ring. Sunset flip. Rick Morton had him for a 1 count. There's a whip on Stan. Big backdrop, and Lane down in the center of the ring is Rick Morton battling his way back. And a reversal in the air. He slips him down behind, rolls him up into a pin position. Eddie Gilbert keeps Brown Sugar out of there. Rick comes over. Dale Hart, who has jumped up on the edge of the ring. Stan Lane zeroes on him with a right hand. Dave, I couldn't see whether it had some on it or not.
He had a chain on his hand.
That's going to be a 3 count. Brown Sugar, Stan Lane retain the title. I knew it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Lane had a foreign object wrapped around his fist when he nailed it. 8 minutes even, the time on it.
Okay, the time limit 8 minutes, and Brown Sugar and Stan Lane end up keeping the titles in that Southern Tag defense. We've got more action. We've got a great standby match coming up here, Dave. The Gibsons against the Dream Machine and Chic Donovan. We'll be back to it in a moment.
It's the biggest sale in Furniture Liquidators history. Our prices have never been lower, and it's going on now through Monday to celebrate Columbus Day. This 6-piece din group, reduced just for this sale to $296. This 6-piece Singer dining room suite, reduced for this sale to $494. And this 4-piece Singer bedroom, again, our lowest price at $329. Just a few of the incredible buys now through this Monday, October 12th. Be sure to see our ad on the back page of TV Week in this Sunday's Courier. Furniture Liquidators, now with 5 locations.
Hey, Gail, how's the dress? Great, very good. Good. Oh, no, not again. Wait, my throw. Hey, look at that guy. Wait. Wow, he caught that jet. Hey, it's Gail Sayers. Boy, Mr. Sayers, you were really flying. Had to. Nobody's taking off with my strolls.
From one beer lover to another stroll.
I'm a beach nut nut. But I'm open-minded. I've tried other chews, but I always come back to beech nut. It's the honest tobacco taste. Don't burn. Not too sweet. Just right. Take it from me. I've tried them all. Still, I'm a beech nut nut.
Beech nut red and wintergreen.
Sam, you played it for her, now you can play it for me. No, not that one, the other one. No, not that one, the other one. No, not that one, the other one.
It's Great Lovers Week on the Channel 3 movies, and Monday's feature at 4 is The Legend of Valentino, starring Franco Nero and Suzanne Plachette. It's the story of one of the screen's most romantic idols.
All the gin joints in all the world, I gotta get him for a piano player.
The Southern Tag title match a few minutes ago left us with some time, so we are happy to tell you that we're going to be able to get to this standby match that we had waiting. It will be an expiration of time match, introducing at a total of 498 pounds on the left of the screen, the Dream Machine and his partner from Hollywood, California, Golden Boy Chic Donovan, going against him at a total of 454 pounds from Pensacola, Florida, the Gibson brothers, Rick and Robert. This match, to the expiration of time, Paul Morton there, your referee.
Okay, Golden Boy back in action again. He's wearing that big knee brace in there, but he is looking fit. The Dream Machine starting out against Robert. Bell time, and here we go, off and running on this big final tag action match.
Should be a goodie. Big Dream Machine. Dream goes about 270. In there against Robert Gibson. Robert, the younger of the Gibson brothers. Dream Machine looking for the corner and the tag, and he gets it on Golden Boy Chic Donovan. Rick Gibson, Chic Donovan, testing each other's strength. Rick, ends up with the advantage on a twist. He turned a flip, and that gave himself a little twist on the arms of the Golden Boy. Back on the rope. And tag made. Robert Gibson. Bull Nelson round behind. Breaks out of that. Tries for the head scissors. Does not get it. Chic Donovan back on his feet. Minute and a half gone. Expiration of time match. Shoulder butt by Donovan. Robert Gibson goes wide. Rolls him down to the mat. Donovan heads for the corner, and here comes Dream Machine. Dream Machine. Back at Gibson into the rope. Flipped him across the way. Robert ducks under. Dream Machine down to the mat. Tag made by Robert. Rick Gibson in there now. Rick Gibson against Chic, Golden Boy Donovan. Donovan with Rick's left arm hammered up behind him. Rick on his feet now. Rick lifts his feet out from under him and Donovan on the mat. Rick gets the tag on Robert. Robert off the rope. Oh, he ran into the upper arm of Chic Donovan. Donovan with a fist. Oh, Robert tried to reverse it, couldn't do it. Went into the turnbuckle. Donovan went in there after him, but Robert had moved. Dream Machine jumps in. Rick jumps in to keep him out of the action. Robert continues to work on Chic Donovan. We're 4 minutes into the action. 4 minutes gone. Expiration of time match. The Gibsons against Chic Donovan. In there now, and the Dream Machine, his partner. Rick slides him down to the mat. One. Count of one is all he can get.
Bring him over. Come on, Chic. Come on, Chic.
Rick Gibson hits the mat. Dream Machine drops with a leg. Rick back up on his feet. Dream Machine backs into the rope. Splits him across the way. Backdrop. Dream Machine follows it up with a knee and a cover, a count of one. That's all, just a count of one. Here's Donovan after the tag. 5 minutes gone. Donovan trying to get Rick off his feet. Not having much luck. Rick picks him up, suplexes him. Rick was just determined he was not going to be picked up, but Rick, when he hit the mat, looks like he hurt his back, too. Headbutt by Chic Donovan. Donovan with the whip across the ring. A slide by Rick. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Rick Gibson whips the slide as he came off the rope. Shoulders down, and Chic Donovan finds himself pinned. So one fall up here at an expiration of time match. It is the Gibson brothers, Rick and Robert, over the Dream Machine, and Golden Boy Chic Donovan. First fall, most important in an expiration of time match. And there you saw it, as the Gibsons are indeed now one fall up. Time on the first fall was 5 minutes, 50 seconds. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, still some action come. You want to see it right here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Billy, I want to call a superstar in here. You got Jimmy Hart, single match, coming up in the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night.
That's right, Lance. We tried it all. We tried tag matches, six-man tags, and you run and you hid. Well, there's no place to run and there's no place to hide. Hard. It's just you and me, now this guy across the ring from you, and I'm going to catch you and I'm going to beat your brains in, and that's a promise. Thank you,
Keep your eyes open. He said the whole family is going to be behind him. Jerry, one of the family you'll be involved with is Cocoa Ware / Sweet Brown Sugar.
Well, let me just say this. You know, I understand they're all laughing. They're all joking. They're real happy. The whole family is happy. Well, let me tell you something. All that happiness is going to come to a screeching halt down there Tuesday night because I'm not going to have to worry about Jimmy Hart being in Cocoa Ware's corner because Bill Dundee is going to finish him off and he won't even be able to stagger out to the ring. So Cocoa Ware, you're not Sweet Brown Sugar. You are Cocoa Ware. That's all you've ever been and all you'll ever be. I'm going to beat you like the dog that you are and leave you laying right in the middle of that ring and make you think about the mistake you made when you counted me out, brother.
You'll see the King going against Cocoa Ware in their Tuesday night. Another match you're going to see. It's 2-on-2. Nightmare and Speed against both Gibsons, not just one of them, Rick.
That's right, Lance. You know, it was 2-on-1. That's right, Harp. You busted me up. Your boys busted me up. You got in there, and it was 3-on-1, or 2.5, might I say. Okay, Bill Dundee has promised us that he'll take care of you. So I want to tell you people one thing. I'm going to promise you one thing, and I'm going to promise you, Lance, and I'll be back to tell you about it later. I'm going to do one thing, and that is I'm going to take that mask and I'm going to rip it. When I rip it, I'm going to start busting some faces, and I'm going to make hamburger meat out of it. I'm sick and tired of your first family. I'm sick of you. Come Tuesday night here in Louisville, we're going to take care of business. Thank you, Lance.
Okay, good luck to you, Robert and Rick. We're glad to see you, Robert, right beside him, and I know you're glad to be there. By golly, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens has the making of that kind of thing where fire comes out of the eyes and the fist, too. You be there. We're with just about a minute and a half or so to go, Dave, so there's no time for another fall in there, and it's going to stand the way it is.
Yes, indeed, and the Gibsons are going to be the winners of it. In the opening match today, Bill Dundee and Roy Rogers, superstar, and Roy defeated the team of Mr. Onita and Masa Fuchi with Tojo Yamamoto. Time on it 5 minutes, 12 seconds, and Tojo not at all happy that his team lost to Dundee and Rogers.
I was just thinking in their day that they not only got beat by Dundee and Rogers in there, they got a little pounding from Tojo when it was over. He slapped their jaws pretty good in there. And by the way, we have been assured, Eddie Marlin says, sure, he'll take that Tojo $300 and book them next week on Championship.
Very good. So we got a match already for next week here. Then it was Jerry Lawler defeating the assassin number 1. It only took him 56 seconds, a most convincing win for the King, Jerry Lawler. Southern Tag title match. Boy, thought we were never going to get this one underway, but we did indeed. Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane defending their titles against Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. Tough match, 8 minutes worth, but Sweet Brown Sugar and Stan Lane do get the win in the match, and they keep the Southern Tag Team titles. Then, Rick and Robert Gibson against the Dream Machine and Chic Donovan. It was the Gibsons winning that fall. The time on it, 5 minutes, 50 seconds, and that brings us up to right now.
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what it is right now. We're just about out of time, but we do have enough time to tell you. Join us next week. We already know one of the matches, but we'll have lots of other, the roughest, toughest wrestling action you'll find anywhere. Until we see you next week, for Dave Brown, this is Lance Russell, hoping you'll be with us on Championship Wrestling. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.